Hello and welcome or welcome back. Today's video will be a bit different from what I usually do because I've been really enjoying what I made in XYZ type of content lately, and I finally decided to do one of my own. And yes, I am filming this at the end of February. Why? Because I have this little thing called a lack of self-worth and confidence, hence why I thought no one would be interested if I made a video like this, but I had an epiphany in the last days and realized that even if no one watched this video, I will be rewatching it because it's a nice documentation of what I did in a certain year. So yeah, I won't waste time any longer. Let's get into it. I am going to go in chronological order because that makes the most sense for my brain. Now, I don't have all the stuff I made last year because some of them were gifts, some of them were both. But I will try to include pictures or videos of everything I'm talking about. So the first thing I made was in January for my husband's birthday, which is a birthday crown. I think I got the idea for this from Pinterest. I don't really remember, but I remember seeing this on some type of social media platform. But anyway, I used felt, embroidery thread and some scrap fabrics. I decided on a frog because my husband really likes them, so it was evident that I should include them on this. And it was a surprise for him and he really liked it. It was a last minute idea, so I had 2 days to make this, but as you can see, I managed it. It's not that difficult, it just takes a lot of time to figure out the color palette and what you want to include on it, but once you have that, it really takes no time at all. In February, I decided to try to sew a dress, which was quite ambitious because I've only had my sewing machine for a few months at that point, and I've only made one top, which turned out fine. So, needless to say, this dress didn't turn out fine. It's like 3 times the size I should have made. But anyway, this dress is I don't know how I will show it, it's really big, but it's the Skyline dress by Sydney Graham. And the pattern was very nice and understandable even for a beginner like me. I don't know why I chose this particular size because it's really huge, like I can hardly fit in the frame, but I made it in a very nice purple muslin, and during this project I figured out that I actually hate working with muslin. It's very annoying, and this dress turned out kind of heavy also. It used like, I don't know, 5 meters of fabric, which is a lot. I don't really know what I will do with it because I really like the color, but I don't like the fabric, and it's very, very big. I might gift it to my mother-in-law, I think, if she wants it, because I think it would be cute for like gardening and stuff, doing things around the house in the summer because it's very breezy. I will have to ask her and then somehow fit it in my small suitcase. It would take up like half of it, but if she wants it, I will get it to her. Surprisingly, that dress didn't take away my ambition from making more clothes, So I bought a pattern from the I have my notes here, so that's why I'm looking there, sorry. From the Pattern Apothecary is the poppy skirt. It's a basic wrap skirt, sorry, it's very wrinkly. I made I think it's the midi length. It's really just three panels. So you have this large rectangle and then you just wrap it. I made it in, I think it's a cotton fabric that kind of looks like denim. This actually turned out better than I expected. This fabric was really easy to work with and I actually worn it a few times. I should get it out of the closet soon again when the weather gets better because it's actually quite cute. Then that made me quite brave, so I made another poppy skirt in a red linen in the mini size, and actually it's, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of cute. I never wore this when I made it in the end of February last year. I actually don't know why, maybe it's too short. I will have to try it on to see, but actually it's quite well made. So yeah, I don't know what the problem with this is, but I should try to style it this year. Then that gave me even more confidence and I tried another Sydney Graham pattern, which again was very nicely made, and there was an accompanying video for the dress as well. It's the lane pants, and once again I made a very big size, which I shouldn't have, but I use this so very nice fabric and I'm so sad because I had the worst time sewing this. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I should have used a smaller needle, but at that point I didn't know how to change the needle in my sewing machine. But it's a catastrophe in here. Also the seams are coming apart in places. I don't know if it will come across on the camera. Like here. So I'm not sure if I can salvage this or I should just make a smaller one in a different fabric with a similar pattern, because again it's like 2 times the size I would need and it's literally falling apart. But I've worn it quite a few times until it started to fall apart, so I had like 10 wears of this. Yeah, so that took my confidence away from sewing. So I went back to something I knew I could do, which was another birthday crown for my birthday in March. I don't know why, I don't really remember why I made this mermaid themed, but it's really pretty actually. I like it a lot. I'm just a bit scared because I used glue on some of the sequins and beads, and it was actually glue for puzzles, which I don't know why I chose that, but it's almost March, so it held up for a year. I hope it will do so for quite some time. Then I finally finished a cardigan that I started at that point 11 months ago. It's the August blouse by Appenstrick. I don't know if I said that right, but it's originally like a short-sleeved tie blouse, which I modified to have straight long sleeves, which actually turned out really cute. I used Drops Muscat, which is 100% cotton yarn, and I don't think I like this yarn. It's very stiff, which is probably why I didn't wear this. Also, it's kind of short, and I won't be going back into at length to this. Also, the pattern was in Norwegian, which made my job harder, but all in all, I think it turned out cute. Maybe I will try to style this spring again. Then I made myself, using some scrap fabric, a patchwork t-shirt which says Aries on it, because I'm an Aries and everyone should know it. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this. I saw everyone making patchwork t-shirts on Pinterest and TikTok, so of course I had to make one when I was bored. I also made one exactly like this for my sister-in-law, but hers said Leo because she's Leo. I sadly don't have pictures of that, but I used the exact same fabrics, so I think you can imagine it. Then I finished a cumulus top by Petite Knit. It's also very wrinkly, I'm sorry. Yeah, I made this in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, which is a really nice yarn. I am thinking of ordering some more to make a basic black top for the summer because it's very nice. I bought this one in Denmark, so I have some nice memories attached to it. Once again, I kind of made it a little big, and the straps stretched out, so I will have to take some of the length off so I don't flash anyone accidentally, but I will definitely do that because this is a really nice top. I love it. I just have to gather the strength to unravel the straps and do them again. Then, for some reason, I got into crocheting granny squares, which is funny because I had a phase like this a few years ago. I crocheted 2 bags and then I stopped completely, which kind of was the case again. I made this pouch using some mini skeins of an advent calendar I got from my husband. I really like the colors and I think it turned out cute. I think I should line it, but I'm not sure what I would use it for. Maybe this will go into my project graveyard again. If you have any ideas what I could put in this, please let me know. Yeah, I got into my head that I am going to be a cosplayer and I will make costume videos for YouTube, which never came to pass, but I made these huge fairy wings that don't even fit in the frame. My idea was that I will going to make a fairy costume loosely inspired by Flora from Wings, mainly based on her colors. I never finished that idea. I made the wings, which was very annoying. I used some bonsai wires and taped them together for some strength, and then I glued 2 layers of this iridescent foil on it, which I had to order 3 types of glue. First time I accidentally ordered glue for wigs, which I don't know how I did that. The second time the glue didn't hold this, and the third time was a charm because it holds, it just has some air bubbles in it. But all in all, I was happy with this. I really should do a photo shoot with this because I think it turned out really cute and it deserves some nice photos, but for now it's some decoration behind our TV. Then to go with the wings, I started to make the dress, and I got as far as the corset, which I ordered some very, very expensive fabrics for. I think it's not that bad. The bottom isn't finished because I was planning to attach a skirt to it. I made the back lace up, but as you can see, I used my prototype as the lining, which I hate that I did that. It sticks out in the front as well. Maybe I'm not a sewing master, so I don't know, but maybe if I did the top stitch here, it wouldn't be as visible as it is now. Maybe I should finish this. Also, this flowery fabric, it has lots of beads on it, which I had to spend 4 days removing beads on the seams because I have this fear of breaking a needle and it flying straight into my eyes, and I really didn't want that, so I removed like hundreds of beads from this by hand, one by one, and that also just kind of put me out of the mood of finishing this. But maybe this will be the year that I finish this. Let me know if I should continue with this. I'm not sure. Like, even if I finish this, where will I wear this? I can take a nice photo shoot and that's it. But please let me know your thoughts. After this, I made another summer top. It's the camisole number 10 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I made this in a drops yarn again. It's Drops Bell, and I actually really like this yarn. It's very soft and drapey and nice. It just pulls kind of a lot at the fibers can get pulled out very easily. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's not that noticeable, I think, and I really like this. So I want to make another one of these in the Knitting for Live pure silk in a black color, because I think I would wear that like every day. This was a huge win for me. I really needed a project that turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Oh, sorry, I'm touching the microphone. I'm not sure if that's wrong. Sorry if that makes the quality bad. I will try not to do that. Yeah, so this is in Drops Bell, which is a cotton, linen and viscose blend, I think, and it's very nice for summer. I would recommend this yarn for anyone. And also the pattern, it's very nice. Then I went back to my granny square hobby, and I decided to make a free-handed granny square scarf, which is really not that hard. It's just granny squares sewn together. But in hindsight, I think I made the granny squares too small, and also the scarf is kind of short, so I should go back and add some length to this. Also, maybe if I went around 2 or 3 times with a double crochet stitch, it would be a nicer width. I'm not sure. I just wanted to use up some leftover yarns, so this cream tweedy one is just some acrylic I use for a scarf for my grandmother. This brown one is Sadness Garn Peer Gynt that was left over from my storm sweater, and the pink one is I think Drops Charisma that I used for a balloon cardigan a few years ago, which is funny that I wanted to use up some leftover yarns because they weren't enough and I had to purchase new skeins of yarn. Just my luck. In the middle of summer, I really got into dolls, especially Blythe dolls, and I watched like every type of content on them that I could find for like a month before I decided that, okay, I want to try to customize my own doll. So I ordered a base doll off of AliExpress and some pretty expensive supplies, again, me and my one-time hobbies. But it turned out pretty good because I made 5 dolls last year and I sold 2 of them. The other 3 were for me, my sister-in-law and my best friend. So, okay, she was my first doll. Her name is Lola. I kind of made her to look like me, which isn't really the case now because I got bangs, but actually I ordered her a wig so we could match again, but I've been too lazy to change her hair and also kind of scared to take her apart again, but I really should do that. When I got her, I was really scared to take her apart, but it actually wasn't that bad. I finished her in, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, which is quite fast for my doll customizing like pace, but I really wanted to get her done and it was worth every second. I really love her. I will try to include some close-up videos of like the details of her. Oh yeah, and I actually included like my tattoos on her arm, but I should add my leg tattoo because I got that in October and I still haven't added it to her, but other than that she's perfect. When I was finished with Lola, I decided to make a doll for my sister-in-law as well, as I said. I don't have her anymore obviously, but I will try to include some photos and videos. I think she actually likes her, like she posts about her on social media from time to time. I actually think the resemblance is quite perfect. Obviously I won't include a photo of my sister-in-law, but just believe me, they look a lot alike, which is nice. I didn't really expect that I could make someone other than myself resemble a doll, or vice versa. You get it. I finished her, I think, even sooner because I had 2 weeks until her birthday, which I think she spent it with us in Krakow, or she came right after it, but I gifted her the doll here, and yeah, I didn't have much time to finish her, but in the end I did it and she likes it, which is what counts. After the dolls, I decided to pick up some socks that I started in 2023. I finished the first one in a few weeks and never started the second one, so I decided to do that. I'm actually wearing them, so I will try to include a photo of them. They are the Hibernal socks by Summerlee, and I made them using a hand-dyed sock yarn from a Hungarian indie dyer. They have a very nice pattern. I don't know why I didn't finish them sooner, but I've been wearing them non-stop, as you can see. Not much I can say about them. They are nice socks, and that's all. After that, I started my third doll, which was an Alice in Wonderland doll, which is kind of a canon event for the customizers, as I found out. I had a lot of problems during creating her. Nothing was going how I wanted it to, but in the end, I think she turned out very nice and she was worth all the trouble. She was since then adopted, as I said, to Sweden. Yeah, I think she was a gift for Christmas, so I don't have her anymore. Then my best friend's birthday was coming up and I thought she would appreciate a creepy doll that looks like her and stares at her in her room all the time. So of course I had to make her one. And she again turned out, I think, quite similar to how my best friend looks, so that was a win again for me. I really liked looking for like clothing and designs, creating designs for her iChips. I really like my friend's aesthetic. It was really fun to create. Then I made my last doll of the year, which was a vampire doll. I've been wanting to make her since I started to create dolls, but I felt like I didn't have the skills necessary enough, which is funny because I literally did everything the same as to my first doll. But anyway, she turned out again very nice. She was adopted in December as well, I think, not far from me actually. So we have like 30 minutes. We live 30 minutes apart still. The buyer was very nice and she sent me a photo of her next to her other dolls, so she has some friends and she's not lonely, which is very comforting for me. We are nearing the end of my project, so just bear with me. I made some doll clothes, which are very annoying to make because I avoid hand sewing as much as I can because I hate that. So I try to make every clothing item with my sewing machine, and these small clothes are very fiddly to fit through the sewing machine. But anyway, this was the first dress I made. Since then I harvested the ribbon from the top for some other project, but it's the same fabric I use for my midi skirt. And well, I won't show you the insides because all of them are atrocious, but from the outside they look kind of cute. I will speed through these. I made this winter coat, which has a polka dotted lining. Then I knitted this green cardigan and this like kind of mohair poncho. I don't know if you can call this a poncho, it's a shrug, I don't know. Then I made this set with a long sleeve and this cute like top, I think. This is my favorite that I made. Then I knitted this sheep sweater. I should add some buttons, but I don't have a small enough needle to attach them. Then I made this rabbit hat. It's very hard to show, but it's a hat like a balaclava with rabbit ears. I was planning to sell this with the Alice doll, but it didn't really fit her aesthetic, so I just decided to keep it. Most of these were patterns I found on Ravelry and actually in Japanese magazines that I downloaded from the Internet Archive. And I actually studied Japanese in university, so that made my job a bit easier, but I wouldn't recommend as a beginner sewist to try sewing miniature clothing with instructions in a different language for like the first few projects you make, because it's hell on earth. The second to last one is a Sophie hood for my mom for Christmas, which she asked for actually. I don't have it anymore, obviously, but I can include a photo of it when I took it out for a spin. I really liked it actually. I loved how it looks kind of like chainmail, so I decided to make one for myself as well, but that will be in this year's video, yeah. So I won't spoil it for now. And the last project that I made in 2025 was a sweater for my husband. I don't know how I will show it, but it's the Zipper Sweater Light by Petite Knit. I made this in Sunnes Garn Peergynt because I really like that yarn, and luckily my husband isn't sensitive to wool, so I could work with it. This turned out very nice. I actually finished this in January, but that's only because I procrastinated sewing in the zipper, which I had to do by hand. And I had never done anything like this before, but I think I didn't screw it up that bad. I mean, it looks fine. And he's been wearing it 24/7. I had to steal this from him actually, so I can film this video. So yeah, I will finish this and give this back to him right away. Yeah, so that's all, I think. I'm sure I've forgotten some small stuff, but these are the main things that I managed to create in 2025. I really hope I can make at least this amount of stuff this year again, but maybe a bit more intentionally, focusing on things that I will actually use and wear, because as we can see, I am very much a mood creator, if that's a thing. But yeah, also I can't wait to get back into doll making when the weather permits it. I've been really itching to create some new dolls, but it needs to be at least 10 degrees or more preferably, and it's been like -10, so I can't wait for spring, as I'm sure most of us are like this. I had enough of winter for now. Okay, that's all for now. I really hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye!